Hi. So a few days ago, I went to the planetarium. The planetarium in Montreal is gorgeous. You're like in a dome, the cinema's all around you. You're basically in a dome and the whole movie's around you, and you're in a beanbag looking at the stars, and there's a whole story about the planets and the stars, and it's just magic. So what I understood there, and this is, I needed a few days to integrate this information so it becomes more of a, like, not an intellectual knowing, like a deeper understanding. Remember, you know how everyone's saying this planet, everything that we're in is a simulation, that you're fully safe here. Like no matter what happens, you as a soul are actually safe. Now, I always understood it logically. However, for some reason, I understood it physically. Now, you can go to any of those like simulation cinemas and experience this. We didn't have goggles on or anything. I was just on a beanbag. My kids are on my left, on my right. I'm holding their hands. I am physically safe. I am safe. I am very safe. I'm on my beanbag. What's interesting is that there were times where I felt I was on a roller coaster. There were times that the thing was spinning and I felt like I was walking and I was in the stars. And there were times where something was getting really close and I was getting scared. Now, all of a sudden I heard, this is what it means that you are safe in this physical experience. However, you're in a simulation that makes you believe that you are experiencing the thing. So a lot of the near-death experiences say that once they leave the body, they're feeling great. They're feeling euphoric. They're like in love and feeling loved, and they're going through all the stuff. I just never understood it physically. I could understand it intellectually, and with this intellect, I can bring it down to the heart, but it wasn't my personal experience, as I never had an NDE. I don't believe I have. So the reason I'm sharing this, because it's really important to understand the magnitude in which that sentence or that statement, what it really, really means. That you are truly safe. Your soul is very safe. You are safe as a being. There's nothing here on this planet that can harm you. It feels like it is harming you. It does hurt your body. You are going through the pain here in the simulation. And I keep repeating simulation because that's the closest word to it. Simulation, but you're actually you're not in actual pain. So it's like me sitting on the beanbag. I'm holding both my daughter's hands, but I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. I feel like I'm about to hit one of the planets on my face. I feel like I'm moving in a room. Like I can feel it in my body. Like my body's experiencing it as a true experience, right? As if I'm really going through it right now. All my 5 senses are heightened. I am living that experience. This is what this bodysuit feels like. It's this bodysuit that gives you all the senses as your soul is chilled, not worrying about anything, because when it looks around, it's like, oh, I'm on a beanbag in a cinema holding my kids' hands, right? This was the closest experience I had personally experienced where I heard internally saying, what you're experiencing now is what your soul is experiencing. Your soul is sitting on a beanbag and your body is experiencing all this. All this is not real, right? But to have this experience, which sometimes really sucks, it feels like it's real because that is the experience, right? Unless you constantly remind yourself. So I heard, keep reminding self that you are in a cinema. Your suit is the cinema itself. This skin outfit, this outfit that my soul is dressed up in, is to actually feel like, oh, the earth is moving, something is coming closer. It's through this outfit that I'm feeling the simulation. The same thing happens with our thoughts. Our thoughts are a simulation. You could be sitting very safely in your home or in a beanbag, okay? And your thoughts can go into a crazy rampage and start to tell you things like, oh, you're going to be lonely forever. You are going to, you're going to be poor. You are never going to be loved by anybody. And you'll see images where your body will feel like it's actually happening. Like, how many of you have gone through this where you're feeling whatever your thoughts are saying? You are experiencing it as a reality from the safety of your couch, the beanbag, the cafeteria, the restaurant. Your thoughts are rampaging. This also happens when you have conversations with other people. When you retell a story, okay, you actually end up living it like a simulation. Your body starts to vibrate with it. So if you are talking about your ex, let's say, and your ex was a narcissist, and you're reliving and retelling the story and reliving it, okay, through your mind, you're sharing the words with this person in front of you, you are living in that moment again because your body is feeling the rage, the anger, the disappointment, the confusion. You're reliving it. Your body's going through it, even though you're sitting on a chair in a coffee shop, you're divorced, you're not with that person. So our thoughts also cause a lot of these simulations. Why am I sharing this source? I am sharing this, okay, obviously what I'm hearing or what I'm feeling is this is so that we can know the difference between getting consumed with our thoughts, believing it to be real, and actually being present to our now. So there are goosebumps. There are two folds. There's the reality we are in now, which is a simulation. Three folds. There's our soul sitting on a beanbag somewhere, okay? And then there's the body that has the simulation, which is our present moment. I'm sitting on a couch. Here's the couch. I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to you right now. This is simulation number 2, right? I am here having this conversation. Simulation number 3, and which is the present moment, which is the calmest place to be in, right? Which is the place in which if you can be present right now to this simulation, then life will be easier to handle, right? Things won't feel as emotionally dramatic. The third simulation is in the mind, the thoughts that come, which are the future projections or the past, right? Reprimanding, regretting, reliving the past, or living a future that is probably not the prettiest future, probably depressing, something you're trying to avoid, a problem you've created and you're trying to solve in your head. So that's the third simulation you're in. So you're not here in this basic one. You have gone above and beyond and you're in another story. I hope this is making sense because I'm seeing all these images. It's making sense to me. So you're in this story, this real story. I'm here right now that I'm in the simulation of this. My story is I'm on the couch sharing a video, right? And then there's another story, okay, that if I give myself the opportunity to grab onto that story, there's another story that's like, oh my God, am I lovable? Am I not lovable? What will I do now? I've got to cook this thing or then my kids will be hungry. And if they get hungry, then they get really upset. So I have to do this. There's another pocket of energy. I'm living in another simulation, right? But that simulation is always trying to make a problem, find a problem, solve a problem, find a problem, solve a problem. And it's always fluctuating between the two. It never really solves a problem because it created the problem. But that's a third simulation that you're actually living in. The first one is your soul just chilling on the couch, right? On the beanbag. So you've got this other simulation. So now you're living two different realities that one of them is fear-based, right? And one of them is actual reality, this very instant moment, what you're actually doing. If you are able to be consciously aware of the other simulation, which are the thoughts, and the effect it has on your body, because it is not of your now. There is no state of emergency, right? In your actual simulation, everything's fine. This moment, you are okay. Your family's okay. You are fine, right? In the mind simulation, usually nothing is fine. Somehow a problem is created in your now that doesn't exist, exists in your thoughts and your projection in the future trying to solve it in case it happens in the future. So how do I dodge it? That one, the mental simulation, is the one that is exhausting to be in. It's the one that drains all your energy. That's the one that actually starts to affect your body. You start to hyperventilate. You start to feel overwhelmed. You start to feel all those things. And that is exactly when I just heard that energy there, that simulation here, what it needs most from you is unconditional love from this simulation state. From this me on the couch to tell that version, the pocket of energy who's living in a different reality somewhere else, to bring that back and be like, I understand what you're going through. You are terrified of this problem you have or this future projection. I love you anyway. We don't have to solve anything. I am here for you. I love you. We are not going to solve this problem. We can keep this problem here and I can love you through it. I can love you even if, so you're bringing that simulation, you're calming it down. Instead of it overriding you, you're calming it down so that you can filtrate it back to this reality, because this reality is safe. Every moment is a new reality. Like if I think 1 minute ahead of time, I'm not in this reality, right? It also works in the same intensity with your emotions. Are you truly right at this moment as I'm sitting on the couch? Is there a danger right now? No. Is there a danger in my thought? There probably is, right? If I give an opportunity to think, my thoughts will go to all the possible, like, oh my God, will I pick up my kids on time from school? Well, will they walk safely? I hope no car hits them, blah, blah. That is thoughts. These thoughts will start to make me feel panicked and overwhelmed. Although this reality, I'm on the couch and there is no worry. I hope this is making sense. You're going to free yourself by noticing conscious awareness, consciously being aware of this simulation that's overriding this simulation, right? And bringing yourself back to this simulation. So you want to come back to this simulation. Oh, this simulation is the safe simulation you're in. The one in your thoughts damages your system. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, sad, anxious, depressed, angry, all those emotions, you want to bring it back to this simulation here, which is I feel safe, right? It is safe for me to feel overwhelmed. It is safe for you, this pocket of energy, to feel overwhelmed. Feel overwhelmed. It is safe here. This is unconditional love to self, right? You're bringing it back to this simulation state. I'm bringing these thoughts into awareness. We're just sitting on the couch now. I'm recording a video. That's all that's happening, right? You are safe to be here. Overwhelm, pocket of energy. Overwhelm. You are safe to be here. That's basically the idea of the simulation, right? We're in many different pockets of energies, and it's the best place to bring self to this simulation, the awareness that this is a simulation. Now, when you go into like a deeper state, probably during meditations, you'll be like, oh, I see myself sitting on the beanbag, right? I can see my soul sitting there, and none of even this simulation is also not real. That's, if you want to go deeper. But being in this simulation is really a comfortable place to be in, and something that that feels the safest place to be in outside of thoughts, to bring your nervous system back to a place of coherency, a place of stability within, and some safety. So I hope it's all making sense. I hope you can relate. Maybe you've been to like a similar experience that I had in the planetarium. I've been to 3Ds, but you have glasses on. This one, I didn't have any glasses on. I was still there, but I felt like all the feelings. It was incredible. And then to hear this is what the soul is going through. Like it's just chilling on a beanbag. Let me know if this is making sense. I feel that I tried really hard to articulate the amount of images I'm getting. So yeah, I love you all so deeply. If you are interested to connect with other kind-hearted empaths, we have a group, a very private group on Facebook. You could just send us an email. The emails are written down in the description, so we can invite you in. If you like the content, go to the description below, and you can support us through Buy Me a Coffee, which we call Buy Me a Cup of Love. That would really support our channel and the project, the passion project we're working on. And that's it. I love you all so much. Let me know your takeaway and your insights on this, and if you've had a very similar experience.